Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Sean's Horror Corner. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and this is going to be fun tonight. So let me start just by welcoming my guests. First of all, Brendan and Sam from Our Life in Horror. Yes, it is Sam as well, not just Brendan, but they're both here to talk this Evil Dead franchise with us. Thank you both so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having me, even though I haven't been here for any of the Evil Dead discussion.
Hey, that's perfectly all right. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so thankful that you guys are here. And yes, we have Mikey, a.k.a. The Hand, Gabagool Bones, also with us from Slasher Radio. Mikey, how are you, sir?
Brendan, you see? There it is, right out of the rip. You see? It didn't last long.
I don't understand the problem, Mikey. I just introduced you. Can you say hi?
Proper introduction.
Hi. I don't know how I'm here, why I'm here. I don't know what happened. I was kidnapped, and now I'm here.
Mikey, you know you're excited. You're so thrilled to be here. I heard it when I was on Slasher Radio. I could just hear it in your voice, how excited you were that I was on. So,
yeah.
Bullshit.
All right.
There it is. And of course, the stronger half of Slasher Radio, Rob, he was unable to join us tonight. But,
Thank God.
But we do have Mikey. And Mikey, seriously, thank you for being here as well. Before we jump in and get started talking about Evil Dead, let me give it a minute here. And Brendan and Sam, tell us what's going on over at Our Life in Horror, what we might expect coming soon.
We're playing her day by fucking day. Over
I'm slowly crawling out of my hole.
Sam's been hitting up the lives more than I have.
Yeah, she was on earlier today with Horror 365. I saw some of that.
I was.
Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, you know what? No, not too much. What are we up to? I just did a movie haul video for the first time in a few months.
Mm-hmm. There's gonna be lots of movies coming out that we want to see September and October, so I'm sure there's gonna be some live streams.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We will have stuff coming back. I'm feeling in the mood
He's in the mood.
again, so I am hoping that this spark will stay with me and I will be able to continue to run stuff.
Okay. Very cool. Well, we look forward to whatever you're putting out, of course. Mikey, anything that you can tell us that's coming up on Slasher Radio, or is it all a secret right now?
Nothing really. Honestly. I mean,
so exciting.
Yeah. we have some stuff that we're putting in the pot, but it's cooking, and we don't have anything really special lined up right now. But weekly shows, they're a lot of fun. And I kind of like that, honestly, because sometimes you just get so caught up in whatever you got going on, and we do tend to get busy every now and again with certain things, and it's nice to be able to just sit back, talk horror movies, no bullshit, no extra pressure on anything, and honestly, that I enjoy very much.
Absolutely. Nope, I get that completely. And that's, it's kind of why I like doing some of these lives, because even though we're talking about specific franchises, there's no notes or anything specific to cover for movies. Everybody can just talk, say what's on their mind, and do it that way. And that does, it's a little more relaxing that way as well. You guys have an episode, though, that's dropping on Thursday. What's that one on?
What the hell did we talk? Oh, well, actually, we're going to be joined by Sam was on Horror 365 earlier. We're going to have Jimmy J and Swift on this week.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you said I was coming on. I was like, I don't remember this conversation.
That's what happens when you record at midnight, Sam. Tend not to remember shit. It happens all the time. Ask Brendan.
Oh, yeah.
Brendan's still trying to forget some of it. He hasn't successfully forgotten all of it yet.
I'm still trying to recover my sleep from that night.
It's a doozy.
It's a long run. I do have to say, Mikey Bones and Sean, your guys' episode last week was incredibly entertaining. It was one of my favorites in a long time.
The My Bloody Valentine?
Yep.
Yeah, it was fun to talk about. I appreciated Rob asking me to come on for that for his birthday. I really enjoyed the conversation. It was good stuff.
Yeah, me too.
The Jimmy and so fun.
Come on, Mikey. It was fun. It was.
It was a good discussion. It was. I'll give Sean that. Like, that's the thing with Sean. He knows his shit, dude. He's legit. Like, no question. But he's just such a bastard sometimes that it's like it's hard. But yeah, I respect the content, man. Yeah, man knows his shit.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Mikey. I'm touched.
Sure, I'll take it all back by the end of this, but
I'm
right
sure
now.
you will. All right. All right. Let's see who we got over here in the chat real quick. We do have Mike from Mike and Serial. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. Mike is going to be back on my show soon. We're talking about one of Slasher Radio's favorites. We're going to be talking about The Nun very soon.
Oh, why? Why? Whose decision was that, Sean? Yours or?
We kind of decided on it together. Mikey went through. What did we go through? He may have to tell me. Oh, we went through the Terrifier franchise together.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about some different things to kick around, other franchises. And, you know, there's a particular podcast that I had asked a few times to talk about the Conjuring franchise with me, and they kept saying no. So, you know, Mikey, but Mike from Mike and Serial, he was excited about doing it. So we're going to go through that whole franchise.
Are you guys going chronologically too? Is that why you started with
The Nun? Yep, that's something else we decided to do. Do it a little different that way.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We also have Rob and Kaylee from That Horror Couple.
Hey.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely appreciate that as well. Robbie is something else. Something else. If you guys could see the messages that Robbie sends me sometimes, it's absolutely insane.
You can't see the comments on your full screen.
Yeah.
Holland Oates is here, so thank you so much as well. There's my dog making an appearance also.
Nice.
She wants us to know that she's here. Nanette, thank you so much, Nanette, for joining us also.
Nanette.
Yeah, a lot of good people in the chat. Trying not to miss anybody. Godzilla, and call me a bin chicken.
Oh my God. That's good. Yeah. You are a bin chicken. You're right. Godzilla Sean is very much a bin chicken. That's great, actually. Yeah.
Godzilla and I need to get together sometime. I need to talk with him. I'm supposed to be trying to mentor him, according to Rob. So I need to get with him. No, Robbie, there's no fucking whiteboard behind me. Stop saying that bullshit. I told Brendan about your idea. I told him it sucked. So we're not doing that.
That's pretty funny.
And there he is, the man himself, the icon, my personal hero. Rob Humphrey is here as well.
Sean, can you say his name right? It's Rob.
And where are my balls?
Humphrey.
Listen, you need to give Rob the respect he deserves. Yes, Ryan is here doing the mod for me, the best in the business. So thank you so much, Ryan. All right. So,
Rob. Sorry.
No, you're good. Wait. Wrong one. There we go. Turn Mikey's mic off. You know, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna try to not, but if Mikey starts with his bullshit, we may have to. We'll see. Because I go on his show and I'm so respectful, and then he comes on here.
Oh, yeah. You're a gem.
Godzilla doesn't want my help. That's fine.
Nice.
All right. Let's talk some Evil Dead. So we're going to rank the franchise. We'll talk all 6 movies. My goal when we do stuff like this, and it doesn't always work, is I even get off track, and it just happens sometimes. But I'm going to try not to go into any detail about the movie until everybody has listed it. So we'll try to do it that way. Sometimes things just happen, and if it does, it does. It's fine. But before we start ranking the films, Brendan, I know how much you love these, but I'm going to give you a chance anyway. I want to get everybody's just kind of overall spoiler-free, not rank anything like that, but thoughts on this franchise, and we'll start with Brendan.
Oh, well, that's fair. I'm a deadhead, man. This is my
Evil Daddy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Careful, Sam. I think the last time you said that, you got pregnant. Be careful.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's easily my most favorite franchise. If you guys have been following along with me and Sean, I had like these movies are all ranked within like points of each other, like 0.1s, 0.2s. So they're incredibly high on my list. It's a very nostalgic thing for me because I do remember watching like Army of Darkness as a kid. So like I grew up with this franchise, and like a lot of people haven't. So I'm very curious to see where everybody kind of lands on which trilogy they like the most, because if you grew up with one or the other or were introduced later in life, you're going to appreciate one side or the other. So I'm curious to see how these rankings are going to go.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo. Critic After Dark.
Critic After Dark. Here's the first time I've seen Bo in quite a while. Sam, what about your thoughts on the Evil Dead franchise?
I noticed a lot of people saying that the stream's buffering. I think that's a StreamYard thing that's been happening lately.
Yeah, I think so.
Exit the stream and come back in. Sometimes it helps, just so you guys all know. And if it keeps happening, let us know. But my thoughts on the Evil Dead franchise. Brendan doesn't love my thoughts about the original trilogy because I don't love the original trilogy as much as he does. I just didn't grow up with it. I think the first time he showed me any Evil Dead movie, we were on mushrooms, and he put me right into Evil Dead 2. He didn't even start me with the first movie. He put me in Evil Dead 2, where things are going batshit crazy in this kitchen, and I was just staring at the screen with my eyes wide open, and I was like, what the fuck are we watching? My heart was racing. I was like, I can't handle this. So yeah, that was my intro to Evil Dead. And then he introduced me to 2013, probably next.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he showed me that trailer another night we were on mushrooms. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I need to watch this. Anyway, that is now my favorite film. So I love the newer movies very much. Like, I think they're so badass and awesome. Not a big fan of the originals, but I can appreciate them because they got us where we are. And I mean, Bruce Campbell, you can't hate him. Like, he's pretty cool. He's fun to watch. Yeah, I would watch them with you if you were like showing them to our future children or something. I'll sit down and watch.
Army of Darkness is fucking number 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Rob Humphrey said Sam is wrong for the record. We knew Rob was going to disagree there. Mikey, what about you? Spoiler-free, non-ranking thoughts on this franchise?
I just before I get into that, I do love how Brendan's like so upset throughout all of that, and then at the end he's like, "But Army Darkness still number 1. Like, I deal with the rest of it, but we got there." Yeah, I feel very differently than kind of both Brendan and Sam here. Honestly, I love Evil Dead. I've always said that they have they're one of the high batting average franchises in the horror. Like Child's Play also kind of is in there. Very high batting average, man.
What?
Well, I'm saying batting average. I'm not saying quality of films. I'm saying batting average.
That's
Unless
such a terrible comparison.
I feel like Child's Play only has one bad movie in its franchise. One. And I also kind of feel that way about Evil Dead. Like, it, high batting average, man. A lot of the movies are good. Nightmare on Elm Street, low batting average. But either way, I do feel Evil Dead has had the best glow up we've ever seen in the history of horror because, dude, where this movie started and where it has become and what we know it as now with these new movies that are coming out and even the remake from 2013, what it has turned into is absolutely incredible. Like, it went from low budget, goofy, trying to do a lot of shit, and sometimes you succeed, and even if you don't, it's still so charming. Like just one of those darling franchises, and it's agreed it is. But now we're getting really good fucking movies, like really good, high quality, not only effects but cinematography is through the roof. Like, these are very well made movies that we're getting with Rise and Burn. And we've seen a little bit of that in 2013. Not a fan of 2013, but we'll get into it. But yeah, Rob, I said blow up.
It got my mouth.
It's true. I thought you said he wasn't going to be here, Sean. I don't want to deal with him in the chat either.
I mean, he couldn't participate in this part, but he's always welcome in the chat.
That's a loophole in the contract. I was promised he wouldn't be here. This is bullshit.
Brendan, are you okay after Mikey's comments? Are we good to move on? Do you?
I was being fair, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it went better than what I thought it was going to go. I think the Chucky comparison is pretty weak, in my opinion. But
not in quality of film. I'm just saying batting average. One bad movie.
I can say there's probably 3 bad Chucky movies, but
that's insane.
Yeah, this is one of the, and I mean, it's one of the rare times that I agree with Mikey. I think there's also only one bad Chucky movie. I happen to like that franchise. It's more fun to me, but that's just, again, my opinion. Because
I kind of need to know what those bad movies are, though. Now, like, I don't feel like we can move past this in our situationship here, Brendan, until we figure this out.
Well, okay, to be fair, I've only seen Cult and Curse once each, and
Okay.
I remember disliking them immensely.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So
Interesting.
I can
I'll
see
leave it
why
there.
people wouldn't be thrilled, but I don't think they're bad. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. I'm glad I know now, though.
My take on Evil Dead has changed just within the last year, because I have been known for not liking this franchise in general. I saw the first movie years ago when I was a kid, before I was really into horror, and as a 8-9-year-old kid, I thought the first movie was absolutely horrifying. Never did watch the second, never did watch Army of Darkness. Once I started getting into horror and really becoming a huge fan, I watched part of the second and thought it was one of the dumbest things I'd ever seen. And so I just never finished it, never watched Army of Darkness. And then knowing how much Brendan loves this and agreeing to talk about this franchise with him, I went back and rewatched everything recently. And my opinion has changed completely. Don't want to give too much away, but I do have to lean towards the earlier films, and we'll get into why when we start getting into this a little bit here. But so let's start with, we're going to let ladies go first. Mikey, what is your I said that wrong. That's not what I meant. So sorry. Sam, what is your number 6 in this franchise?
My number 6 is going to be, okay, so I just want to say, full disclosure, I've not watched the OGs in quite some time.
Oh boy.
But I'm going.
I offered when we were doing this run through, Sean.
I tried. I didn't want to. No, I'm going to go with Evil Dead 2, because I don't really remember it other than that shroom experience.
Oh, we watched it on mushrooms, so.
Yeah. You watched 10 minutes of it. I have watched it since, though, sober. But I just don't, I don't remember it at all, to be honest. So I'm just going to go with 2.
Okay, we'll come back to part 2. Brendan, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is gonna hurt. I think all of my rankings are gonna hurt, because it's like I kind of base me picking these out by how often I watch them, rather than what I rated them.
Okay.
So my number 6 is gonna be the original Evil Dead.
What the hell?
Wow, I am shocked by that.
I know, and there is a reason for it, actually, but I'll get to it when we kind of get there, I guess.
It can't be a good one. Wow.
all the movies are in a 9 to 10 points ratio. You know what I mean? They're all perfect movies to me. So
That's
it was
crazy.
Tough. But the original is the one I go to the least out of the rest of the franchise. So that's where I kind of had to put it down at my bottom, because I'd much rather put on Evil Dead 2 than I would the original film.
Okay. I'm in absolute shock right now. Rob's going to pretend that Sam isn't talking. We may all pretend that Brendan's not talking in a minute.
I'm here with opinions.
By what just happened. Mikey, you're number 6.
I've never seen, because I know if there's one thing someone needs to know about Brendan, it is he is an Evil Dead fan. Everybody knows that. And a true passionate fan. I've never seen somebody love something and be so wrong about it at the same time in my life. I don't think I've ever. That's crazy. Crazy. I love it though. But my number 6 is the remake, and I feel like that is an easy decision. 2013.
What?
Yeah,
I know. Wow. You can't talk about it yet until it's all been mentioned. I know.
Yeah, we're gonna try, but I'm telling you, this is gonna be difficult, because for some reason I thought we would be similar here at the very bottom, and we're not. Because for me, my number 6 is Evil Dead Burn. That is as boring and mid of a movie as there is in this franchise. I don't hate the movie. Maybe I should not have said boring, but I cared about not one of those characters, and I just don't like that movie. So for me, that one's number 6. So we'll come back to it. Sam, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be Army of Darkness.
Divorce.
Oh,
You can't just make the list even just for me, you know? Like,
I'm going to be honest. Army of Darkness. I'm just not into them. I'm sorry. I'm just not into them. We're not talking about them until we all get to them. So
yeah.
that's all I can say.
Okay. Brendan, you're number 5.
Is it Army of Darkness?
No,
No.
there's no way.
My number 5 is actually going to be Evil Dead Burn.
Okay.
Pretty low for me as of right now.
Okay. Yeah, you did tell me that you thought if you went back and rewatched it, it might move up for you. So we'll see.
Yes. Yeah.
We did rewatch it.
We did rewatch it yesterday, actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Mikey, number 5 for you.
Number 5 for me is Army of Darkness.
Fuck off. No way.
I'm serious.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't know. I knew, but I don't know what you want from me. I'm sorry. I tried.
Oh, man. I'm so close to throwing my hat.
It's going to be okay, Brendan. Holland thought the divorce comment was funny. I'm just drinking iced coffee right now, Robbie. I ran out of pickle juice, so I can't do my pickle juice and Pepsi thing right now. Sorry.
Oh.
I got lemon San Pellegrino and Tums with me because I know it's going to give me heartburn.
I am not drinking this, but I'll show it off. Since it's
Okay.
right in front of my face. This is
Nice.
Juicy Campbell.
Juicy.
That is nice.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before in my life.
It's a microbrew beer from somewhere here in Ontario. My mom got it for me at one point. It was actually pretty good. I don't like IPAs, but I definitely drank that.
From there in Ontario. Mikey, do you have your moose button?
Oh yeah, Ontario. Yeah, that's true. I didn't want to do it, but you know what? After where you put the original, Brendan, I have to.
There's a fucking moose.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
That fucking cracks me up. My number 5 is the remake from 2013. And yeah, it's going to be okay. Sam's getting more frustrated by this than I expected as well. I just thought Brendan would be the one having a hard time.
This is such a fun franchise because people just prefer different movies, right?
Yeah,
So
they're hanging out with
yeah.
Rob too much because I know how Rob feels about 2013. And
everybody's opinion is going to be different on this franchise.
oh.
Let's see. I saw Mr. Humphrey make a comment. Just seemed boring. Okay. He's not wrong. Sam, number 4.
Number 4 for me is the original Evil Dead. So there's the OG trilogy there. Yeah, that one. We're not talking about them yet, so I can't get into it too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
but like I
Shocked
said,
at how
the
different
original
this one is.
trilogy wasn't for me. So
Okay.
that.
Brendan, number 4.
My number 4 is going to be Evil Dead Rise.
What the?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little surprised, but not too much either after talking about them with you. So yeah, we'll get there. I'm so surprised that we've been all over the place with this. Honestly, I expected a little more things to be a little closer, with the exception of Sam, because I kind of knew what Sam's thoughts were. But Mikey, what's your number 4?
I thought you guys would be better at this too. I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy. You know what's going on here. My number 4 is Evil Dead Burn.
Okay. We're getting close. That's 3. We got one more person to mention it before we can get any farther on that. For me, number 4 is Evil Dead Rise. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I'm at, and we're
Me, Sean, and Rob are right on that one.
yeah. Wow, we finally got to be told we're
I'm
right.
so angry. I'm so angry right now.
It's gonna be okay. It really is, Mikey. I promise.
I don't know. We've gone too far, I think.
Sam, number 3 for you.
Oh, this is where it gets really hard. I think I'm gonna go Evil Dead Burn.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now we can talk about it because now everybody
Yeah.
has said Evil Dead Burn. So since you named it there, we'll start with you, Sam. Talk about Evil Dead Burn.
Okay, so I did really enjoy Evil Dead Burn. Like I enjoy the newest 3, but I know a lot of people are saying it was boring and whatever, but I really enjoyed it. It really had like that French horror to it. Like I love French horror. It's one of my favorites to watch. It's just like mean and dark, and I really liked Sebastian. I never know how to say his last name. V whatever. I liked his movie Infested, and this I was like going into this movie hoping it felt like Infested, and I felt like it did. Like it's just kind of like there's no color to it. It's really dark, and it's just I don't know. I like the music, which I really loved in Infested as well. I do have issues with it where like I don't think I necessarily loved all the Deadites. There's one in particular that I did really like, but I just need a little bit more sass, I think, from them. And we didn't really get that with all of them in this movie. But there's still some really great gore and like scenes that like even when we rewatched it last night, I knew they were coming and I was like having a hard time watching some of the scenes. There's obviously a very sad scene that everyone knows if they've seen it. But yeah, gross scenes too that I was like, ugh, icky, but I love it. So I enjoyed it overall. And I did really like this girl that we're following. That's what I like about the newer 3 films is we're following all these females that have traumatic pasts and how they overcome them pretty much. And they're just badass. I love them. So I like her. I like the movie. I gave it a 4-star.
Okay. Brendan, Evil Dead Burn.
So Evil Dead Burn for me, walking into the theater, I was pretty like I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I still don't love it necessarily, but I do have to say after last night's watch, it is the one I am most excited to continue to revisit.
Sorry, Rob's comments got me just down there.
It's true. Quite often, more
funny.
often than what you would think.
Very funny.
Don't break your dick.
But yeah, after last night's watch, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is like better than what I kind of gave it credit. Not giving it credit for after my theater review. And the same thing happened with me for Rise, where it took multiple watches for me to like get into it, you know? So like this one has its completely own feeling. I really enjoy the score as well, and that where, you know, Sebastian was able to inject his French culture into the film, into the franchise as well. So I really enjoyed that. The gore is great. Like Sam said, there is one Deadite that is particularly not sassy, but like looking at it from an abusive like family standpoint, it makes sense that he's not. He's because like the fun thing about the Deadites is that they project a lot of that person's personality into it. So like he never truly ever had any personality to begin with. He's just an evil, abusive father to all these grown people, right? So I'm beginning to get a lot more appreciation for it. So that's why I put it above the Evil Dead, is because I'm more excited to continue to watch this one over the next couple of years to dissect it more and see how I feel about it. Let it grow on me.
I teared up both times watching Evil Dead Burn at the end.
Again, eh?
Yep, one specific scene gets me every time.
Okay. Interesting. Mikey, your thoughts on Evil Dead Burn?
Brendan said A real quick too, by the way.
There's a
Yeah, I
fucking
heard
moose!
Oh, I'm
I
obligated.
heard that.
Dude, I'm Canadian, of course. I'm sorry I don't say y'all.
Okay. He said sorry too, so
There's a fucking moose!
I'm sorry. It's in the contract. Sorry. No, I don't like the remake, man. Look, the remake is very well made.
We're doing Burn, Mike.
Yeah, Mikey, I didn't
Burn?
listen. That's a
Oh,
remake. I
man.
asked you about Burn.
You're supposed to pay attention.
I did I don't have an American button, but I did a dumb thing. That's an American thing. All right. Burn. I kind of messed with Burn. It was a letdown from Rise to me. I feel like it, you know, we're going down a little bit. I'm interested to see what Wrath does coming off of that. Another story, obviously, but it's weird, right? Like the Deadites were on point. They were kind of a mixture between Rise and 2013, and we'll get to what I think about 2013. I'm very anxious to talk about that, as you guys can tell. But yeah, it was there. It went over the top. It was like the Terrifier 2 of, the fucking Evil Dead movies, I guess. But it was there. It was fine.
Okay. Are you drinking Pink Lemon Squeezies, Mikey?
No, I am. I do
drink roll call.
I have one in the fridge. I am not drinking it now. I am enjoying my my lettuce though. You guys know what I'm saying? So yeah, pardon.
Oh, for a second, I thought you meant a salad. I got you.
The devil's lettuce.
Pregnancy brain.
No, Evil Dead Burned. I was very disappointed personally because I was actually excited to go see it in the theater.
You had a low, Sean. I forgot about that. I want to hear this.
Yeah, I saw it twice. Like I went a second time to see it. Now the first time, that's because I was on some substances and really don't remember anything about. Yeah, don't remember much about that first viewing experience. I remember freaking out when the dog got killed. And then I remember just being more interested in my popcorn and other people in the theater, and just I really thought that I just was not enjoying the movie. I didn't realize how much the medicine was taking effect there, to the point that I even dozed off, like in the movie, for like 5 minutes, and the person I was with woke me up, and I was just like, damn, okay, I haven't gone to sleep in a movie since I was a kid. So I really thought it was just the medication causing me to not be able to get into the movie. And then when I went back and saw it a second time, for quite some time, I was thinking, oh, I could get another nap right now, actually, if I wanted to, because I just felt like it was boring. It got better. It had some good parts. And overall, I think I gave the movie a 5 out of 10. I don't think it's terrible. I just thought it was really, really mid. I didn't care about these Deadites. I didn't care about the characters. There were some very good kills, but it just let me down. I just overall felt like this movie was a huge letdown and the least entertaining in the franchise. I'll probably watch it again at some point, somewhere down the road, not anytime soon. But it just, I don't know. It bothered me a little bit. And Rob said the Deadites didn't feel like Deadites in Burn. I kind of agree with that. I know it seems like I'm agreeing with Rob a lot right now, but it just seemed like a different kind of movie to me, and it was okay, but that was really about it. Okay, that was Sam's number 3. Brendan, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be Evil Dead 2013.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sam's not okay again.
You had Army of Darkness at 5.
Sam's like, that can't be
I'm
right.
just shocked.
Mikey, number 3 for you.
Number 3 for me is, and this was tough. I actually made this ranking a few weeks ago, like around when Burn came out. I made this ranking once and for all because I had the undecided number 1 and kind of number 3 as well, because it's Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
Hard decision for me.
I get it. Yeah, that's fair. Because my number 3 is also Evil Dead 2. When Brendan and I reviewed this one, I still wasn't a fan, but after rewatching it the other day, it's growing on me. So we'll get back to that a little later on. Sam, your number 2.
My number 2. Where are we at? Oh, Evil Dead Rise. Yeah. Evil Dead Rise. Sorry, when you said your number 3 was Evil Dead 2013 or your number 3 or whatever, I can't word right now.
You were cheating and looking at my
I
scores.
thought you hadn't said Evil Dead Rise yet. That's why I was confused. But I understand now. Yeah. Anyway, Evil Dead Rise is my number 2.
Okay. Brendan, what's number 2 for you?
My number 2 is going to be Evil Dead 2.
Okay, we can talk about that one. That's everybody now. So we'll start with you on this one, Brendan. Talk to us about Evil Dead 2.
I think Evil Dead 2 perfectly encapsulates what like Evil Dead as a genre should be. It's campy, it's extremely gory, it's funny, it does have some horror elements to it, and it's fast paced. That's what I like about the Evil Dead movies, is they like are incredibly well fast paced for the most part. Even Evil Dead Burn being an hour and 50. I know you didn't have fun, but I watched it last night and I thought it was the last 50 minutes just flew by. But yeah, it gives Bruce Campbell one of his best performances, in my opinion. Like the fight scenes in the kitchen with his hand. I love the Deadite makeup design as well. I kind of wish we would bring this back to the franchise instead of having them just kind of look like people. I wish we would get like these over exaggerated creatures when they become Deadites. I can't remember what Annie's boyfriend is, but like he with like the multiple teeth in his mouth and it's like wide open. I just love that look of Annie's boyfriend. So like, I would like it if they would start bringing that aspect back to the franchise. So I really love it. Like I think Evil Dead 2 is great.
Okay, Sam, your thoughts on Evil Dead 2?
I don't have a whole lot of thoughts. Like I said, I don't really remember it, so that's why it's
Okay.
on the last of my list. Like all I remember is that talking deer, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it feeling like I'm on crack watching it. And I realized I don't like when movies make me feel like I'm on crack. Because what's that one movie that I hate?
I know you don't like watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia because it makes you feel like you're on
I feel
crack.
like I'm on a crackhead. I hate cracky movies, but Fury Road or whatever, is that the one I hate?
Yeah, you won't watch Mad Max Fury Road.
No, I put on. He tried to get me to watch like 10 minutes of it. I was like, I can't do this. My heart's racing. Like I did not like the way it made me feel.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
No, I think I've done too many drugs in my past. I can't handle movies like that. So that's why it's the last on my list. I don't want to watch it.
Okay. Mikey, your thoughts on Evil Dead 2?
Sam's like, make me feel like I'm on the drugs that I'm on. Damn it. Evil Dead 2 is like the probably the closest tone of this franchise, honestly. We'll get more to that later. I'm trying so hard to not talk about other movies because I feel like the tone of this franchise is the weirdest of like any horror franchise because it's so drastic, right? Like, and it happens fast if you're looking like watching the movies back to back to back, and it's almost like a little whiplash sometimes. But Evil Dead 2 is truly where it's at its most Evil Dead, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this, like I said, the first time I saw this movie, I only watched a little bit of it and I thought it was pretty dumb. When I watched it again for me and Brendan to talk about it, it was better than I thought. There were still some things that bothered me about it. I think I just still at this point hadn't fully gotten what this original trilogy was, because then we watched Army of Darkness, and I think something just switched in my head at that point. And I went back and watched Evil Dead 2 again and had a lot more fun with it and started to appreciate it for what it was. And I agree with what Brendan said. I wish in these newer films, I wish these Deadites looked more like this. I just like these Deadites better. Bruce Campbell, I finally realized why everybody loves him so much. He's great in this movie. These movies are fun. Part of the reason that I prefer the original trilogy is because they're also fun. And there are fun parts in some of the later ones, but overall the movies themselves I don't find fun. And this original trilogy is a lot of fun. So my opinion of Evil Dead 2 continues to go higher every time I watch it, and might do it again even the next time. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand on that one. Mikey, what's your number 2? Oh, go ahead, Brendan.
Before we move forward, John, can you tell everybody what you rated Evil Dead 2 the first time we watched it together and kind of where you would put it now? Mikey, get ready for this if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 4. I don't recall. I think
it was
a 4 or
3.
5.
It was like
was it that low?
Or something like that.
Damn,
it was.
I did not realize
low,
it. For some reason, I thought it was. Yeah, for some reason, no. I didn't like this movie. I just thought it was dumb. But again, I don't think I got it. I don't think I fully understood and still hadn't come to appreciate this franchise yet at this point. Now, so if I was at a 3 before, I've doubled that. I'm up to a 6. So I'm getting there. And I think it can continue to improve. So, at the point I was at that probably 3 point when we did the the Murder Madness thing on Slasher Radio, and I could not believe that Evil Dead 2 had made it as far as it did. I'm like, why are we even talking about this movie? Like, seriously, this is up there. Now I get it. And I don't remember.
Something.
I did learn something.
Good. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Brendan and Rob taught me something, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. The fact that that movie got eliminated at that point is just a travesty.
What eliminated it? Do either one of y'all remember?
I don't remember. I can find the answer. What was it?
It's Trick or Treat.
Oh yeah, that's the right answer. Yeah, 100%.
No.
I don't think so now. I voted for Trick or Treat back then. If I had to do it all over again, I would not have. I would have voted.
So you didn't learn shit, Sean. All right, we got it. All right.
Damn. All right. Mikey, what's your number 2 in the franchise?
My number 2 in the Evil Dead franchise, and this was really, like I said, this top 3 was rough. This was rough, and the reason I watched Evil Dead 1, 2, what? Yeah, I didn't watch Army of Darkness, and then I watched 2013, rewatched Rise, and then seen Burn in like the span of 2 days. So I wanted to figure this out once and for all. And I'm sad to say my number 2 is Evil Dead Rise. Man, that is so close to the best movie in this franchise, it ain't even funny.
We can talk about it now, so we'll let you go first, Mikey. Talk about Evil Dead Rise.
You guys should be ashamed of yourselves, all of you, except Sam. I'm a little upset, but it's fine because it's Sam. Everybody else, you'd be ashamed of yourselves. Dude, this movie is high level. And look, 2013 was the end of Evil Dead as we knew it, and we just didn't know it yet. And Rise kind of was the continuation of that, but in a much better way. They hit the tones of an Evil Dead movie overall while upscaling so many other things and really set the tone, dude. Like 2013 had a lot of problems. Evil Dead Rise didn't really have any. Pretty good movie. Hell of a deal. Top 20 of all time. No bullshit.
Easy, Mikey. Easy.
Yeah.
Sam, talk to us about Evil Dead Rise.
I had it at number 2 as well. I don't think it's better than 2013, but I still think it is really good. I had the same thing with Brendan. We went to the theater. We thought it was good, but we were kind of like hoping more for like that bang. And then we rewatched it a few times and we realized we really liked it. I love Maggot Mommy. I love the whole scene where they're looking through the door of the peephole. There's so much good humor in it with the Deadite. There's just like a couple characters that I don't love. Like they're what they are, like whatever. But overall, I think it's a really good Evil Dead film. I love that it was in a different setting too, rather than just a cabin in the woods. They took a different take on it with the apartment building, which was really cool. And they even reenacted the tree scene, but with elevator cables, which I thought was really cool and creative. So yeah, Evil Dead Rise is a really solid film. It's my second favorite.
Brendan?
I agree. I think Evil Dead Rise is a great movie. I just want more from it, and especially I had a little bit higher expectations of what it could have been. I really wanted it to be almost like floors of Deadites, of people, trying to get into this family and kind of fuck them up. But instead we got the Marauder at the end of Evil Dead Rise, which I think is probably the biggest swing for the franchise for like an end game boss. And in my opinion, it's a foul ball. They hit it, but they didn't get on the base, I like the color. It looks great. It's well shot. It's incredibly well acted. Alyssa Sutherland is probably the pinnacle Deadite in my opinion. But that third act really bogs it down for me, even though it's like my most watched movie of the 2020s. That third act, it doesn't bother me as much as it did in the first time I watched it, but it does still irk me a little bit. I just don't like the Marauder. It's not a creature that makes sense to me for a bunch of Evil Dead movies beforehand. Like I get that they do have their final boss villains at the end of each film, but it's just not a practical one. I know we talked about it pretty in length on our review there, Sean, but it's just not practical in my opinion. it's a good idea and concept, but I just don't think it translates well to screen. I think it works better on paper than it does on film.
Can I add?
Sure.
Because you brought up it looks really good. The opening, the title card is the best title card of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, easy.
And then the whole, when you see the Evil Dead going through the trees and it ends up being a drone, I thought was so cool too. I love that. I love the openings of all the new Evil Dead movies, the new 3 ones. Like, I get so excited now to go see an opening of the Evil Dead. Like, I just want a banger of an opening, and so far they've all been good. So
they've kind of made that a thing, huh? And they've lived up to it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I agree with what you said, Sam. This opening, this title card is fantastic. So I completely agree. My biggest issue with this movie, the reason it's so low for me, is exactly what Brendan was talking about. And like he said, we discussed it when we did it. I do not like this Marauder thing. Brendan thought it was a foul ball. I think they struck out. It almost ruined the movie for me, because there were a lot of things that I enjoyed about this film. I liked Alyssa Sutherland. I thought we got some good kills. I thought there were some funny moments in the movie as well. I was really enjoying this and really on board, and this ending is just, it fell so flat for me. I just did not like it at all. And I have that problem with some other movies that do that with their final boss thing. It felt so odd to me. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the effects. The ending killed it. And, when Brendan and I did this review, I was watching this movie, really enjoying it, thinking my rating was going to be really high. And then after it ended, I had to drop it down a point just because of that ending. And so that's why it's just not, it's my favorite of the newest trilogy, but I don't think it compares to that original trilogy. And it's probably because I just dislike the ending so much. And for me, my number 2 is the original, the first Evil Dead film. We still can't talk about it yet, so we'll have to come back to it. So, Sam, what is your number 1?
2013. Surprise.
All right, we can talk about that one now. Go ahead, Sam.
Thank God.
I don't even want to hear Mikey's opinion. I love this movie. I've loved it from the moment you showed it to me, and I've seen it so many times since. Like, I just think it's such a banger. Like, it's so bloody. Obviously, it held the record for a while for the most blood. Oh God, Mia is just, I love her character. I love everything she's overcoming. Like, she's going to this cabin for her addiction, and I see the Deadites as her fighting her demons pretty much. But she makes such a good Deadite too. While she makes such a good final girl, she makes such a good Deadite. Like, she's so nasty and provocative and just gross. Everything she says is hilarious, but also you're like, oh my God, I can't believe she just said that. It's just such a scary looking film too. The setting, when she's out in the trees, it's just got this scary feel to it. Absolutely love when the girl is in the bathroom just hacking at her face. It's just gross. And I just love it. I love it. I love all the characters in this film. I don't think there's one that I don't like. Yeah, I love this movie. I love it. Okay. I love the opening. Another opening.
Okay. Brendan?
So here's the thing about 2013. This was our Evil Dead movie, growing up. Mikey in the same boat, because I know we're not too far off in age, I don't think. But we weren't around when the original ones came out. I was born in 93 when Army of Darkness was released. So we got to watch those on VHS tapes and DVDs later on. But when 2013 came out and they announced that trailer and I watched it, that Red Band trailer is still the perfect fucking movie trailer I have ever seen. It scares the shit out of you with giving a lot away, but still withholding everything back. I think it's incredibly well shot. I think that most of the movie looks like it could be a painting that you hang up in your house. The acting is great from everybody. Like Sam said, I think Mia is probably the most likable and relatable final girl or just character in the Evil Dead franchise that we get since Bruce Campbell.
When she's whispering in the bedroom. Sorry.
Yeah, when she's whispering.
Love her.
Yeah,
I love Jane Levy.
It's terrifying. But yeah, her story is so great. This is the problem with the film and why it's kind of lower because since I guess it's not lower. I would honestly almost switch Evil Dead 2013 with another film, but I've already made my list, so I'm sticking to it. But I do agree. I do think the Deadites, other than Mia, are completely underutilized, with having zero personality after Mia. So that's kind of where the film bogs down for me. But I do think the meaning behind the film and Mia's backstory and what is she like, battling her internal demons really does save the film. And I think it is still an incredibly good rewatch.
Okay. Mikey.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, let's just take out our headphones.
Yeah, no, we're just going to go upstairs for a break. You can talk.
Go ahead. You may not hear what I say, but you'll feel it. Look,
Oh, God.
As like if you were just to take the title off of it, like I'd never watched this movie, right? And you sit me down and watch it, and you don't tell me what it is, I'd be like, man, I would. This can't be Evil Dead, like if I had to guess, like maybe I could get there eventually, but I don't think I think it would take me a while. Does not feel like an Evil Dead movie. If you put a different title on it, I feel like it works better. I actually just had this argument again today. Yeah, it just, those Deadites are not Deadites. They're zombies, with the exception of the one, obviously.
That is such a bad comparison.
It's closer, though. It's closer to zombies.
I will take just like they're possessed people over the. You can't call them a zombie.
Kinda. I can call them a zombie before I can call them a Deadite, and that's the problem. And the fact that we. Go ahead. I want to hear it. Go ahead, dude.
Well, like a zombie is somebody who's trying to eat you. A possessed person is they clearly have goals. Do I agree that they totally mishandled the use of the other people being Deadites?
Yeah.
Yes, but you can't call them zombies. They're not zombies. They're still Deadites, but they're more so Deadites in the fact that Mia is controlling them from the cellar.
Yeah,
because that's what's happening within the movie.
Yeah, I don't like.
And they just didn't give them any personality, but you can't just call them a fucking zombie, dude.
But that's the thing, though, dude. And yes, you're right, 100%. Deadites, they have a goal, the possession, all that stuff. Yes, but they didn't show me that in the other Deadites. That's my problem. And I don't like the whole satellite control thing, but there are ways that they could have made that work, or at least better. They could have had everybody give that same Mia personality, dude. That'd have been creepy. Especially coming from, if somebody can do it right, and they missed out big time. Either way, this is what Evil Dead has become, though. This style of film. They watered it down a little bit from what the remake was, and thank God. I feel like Rise had the tone of an Evil Dead movie. I feel like Burn is closer to the 2013 remake, but it still had more soul of the franchise than this one. Not by a ton, but it had more. This is the Child's Play remake of the Evil Dead franchise.
I'd still rather watch the Child's Play remake over Curse or Cult.
Now, see, that was just spite. That was just spite. That was just flat out being mean is what you did right there. There's no reason for that.
Okay. So I've been trying to think of a way around this ever since I heard you guys discussing it on your show. That's why I want to come on eventually and just battle it out with you and Rob about this movie. So I'm going to save it because an episode with you guys is definitely in my pipeline in the future. Yes. I can feel it in my soul.
Yep.
Especially talking about this franchise. We're going to be battling it out about this movie. They put this movie on reserve for us.
Yep. Yeah. We were going to do Evil Dead something or other recently. We're like, nah, we got to wait. Got Brendan on to talk about it. Couldn't do it.
Also, I heard Rob in one of your episodes recently make fun of an Australian podcast for the hours that they record, and I just almost spit out my drink. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? The hours they record? This is when you record. Sorry.
It's a bad argument. Yeah, it's a bad argument.
Carry on.
All right, so I actually lean towards agreeing with Rob and Mikey on this one. I don't dislike this movie. I don't. But having gone back now and rewatched the original trilogy, I also don't feel like this is an Evil Dead movie. It doesn't seem different. I don't think they're zombies. I won't go that far. They're just not. They're not great deadites. I did like Rob's comment earlier, because that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. But have we considered they might be mummies? Apparently,
Wow.
yes. If you ask Lee Cronin, that might be what these are. I'm not a fan, with the exception of Mia, of these deadites. I like Mia's character. The deadites, I'm not a fan of at all, though. It doesn't feel like an Evil Dead movie to me. As something else, as Mikey said, it might be fine. This is part of why I think my opinion has changed so much, because when I go back and I watch that original trilogy, and then now I watch the remake and I watch Rise and I watch Burn, none of those come close to being what those first three movies are to me. And that's why mine ranking is the way that it is. This doesn't feel like an Evil Dead movie. It's fine. It's okay. But it's just not even close to one of my favorites in this franchise.
How do you guys not watch this movie and just think cinema? Like, this is such a banger. I'm sorry. It's good.
You're not 100% wrong in that, Sam. Like, I do. Again, if I didn't know the title of this movie and I just sat and watched it, it'd be different. I'd be like, wow, that was a pretty good fucking movie. They'd be like, oh yeah, it's a new Evil Dead. I'm like, oh, okay. And you have to look, if movies are going to take, and I feel this way as a general rule, because, some remakes annoy me. Child's Play is actually a good example. If you're going to take the title of a movie and, the established franchise name to help boost yourself and get yourself out there and get the movie made, and, all those benefits that come with it, you have to take the criticisms, too, of carrying that franchise's torch, candle. I don't care how big the flame is. There's something there. And you chose to use that. Child's Play remake could have had Buddy, and it could have been its own thing, and people would have loved it. Same thing with this here. I feel like this, if they would have made a different movie, people would have been like, oh shit, this is really good. But it doesn't work as Evil Dead for me.
People do say it's really good.
People
do say it's really good.
They do. Yeah, it's a very well-made movie. I agree. But it's just, as an Evil Dead movie, I have to look at it differently. I have had this argument like 6 times in the last 2 months. This is crazy.
You're just a hater.
That's true too. That is also true. Yeah, no, 100%.
It's funny how much this does come up amongst Evil Dead fans. And like I said, I never thought that I would agree with Mikey on anything, but we agreed on My Bloody Valentine, and now we agree on this particular Evil Dead movie. So that's a little bit scary. I may have to watch it again just because I'm scared that I agreed with Mikey. But that's fine. Brendan, what is your number one, sir?
My number one is Army of Darkness. I got the shirt on. I knew it was coming up.
We've seen that coming.
We're shocked.
Shocked. And we're still not there. We got to come back to it. Mikey, you're number one.
The original Evil Dead.
Okay. That's everybody. Talk to us about it.
Like I said, I had a wrestling match. I've never had a wrestling match for 3 movies that could be the best in a franchise. And like I said, sat and watched a bunch of them. It's the first one for me. Yeah, the second one is a lot more fun. It does meet in the middle of what the franchise is throughout, from the first movie to Burns. But, dude, the first one's the true soul. And I get that Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell got some money and they were like, you know what? We're going to make the movie we wanted to make. You don't get to do that. I love Sam Raimi. I love Bruce Campbell. I love this franchise. But you just don't get to do that. Like Friday the 13th and go, oh, my bad. We were broke then. Here, we got money now. We're going to make. No, that is still the first movie. And it's really good. I wouldn't mind if the new movies I wouldn't change Rise for the world, but if Rise and Burn were more of the original style, because even that is much more toned down from the comedy, but still with the camp of 2 and 3, I'd been with that. But yeah, I like it a lot. I love it a lot. I feel like this is really the Evil Dead soul.
Okay, I can see that. Sam?
Let's go, Brendan, because he's making a face, and I want to hear what he
Okay.
yeah, me too.
Go ahead, Brendan.
It just blows my mind, man, that you're like, it's got the soul, and you wish that the newer films had more of that, like, darker tone to the original film. The reason why the original film is campy is because it was Bruce Campbell's first acting gig.
Sure.
Everybody else weren't professional actors, and they shot the movie over the course of like 2 years, and they had to get like people to stand in. Like Ted Raimi was probably playing half the Deadites when they were in full makeup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's why it's campy, is because they were trying to make a scary film, but it just came off as campy because everybody was a bad actor.
But it worked. You know, it worked so well.
I'm not saying it didn't work, but I'm saying that's what 2013 did.
That's what I was going to say. That was going to be
captures
my
the
argument.
tone of the original film.
I can't believe he's making this argument for the first film, and then he makes the opposite one for 2013. I'm like, you're contradicting yourself, dude.
Wait a minute now. All I did was turn off a lamp. I said darker. You guys are talking pitch black into an abyss. There are levels of darkness. The remake went too far. I like the middle ground that was the original throughout the whole franchise. Yeah, you guys, damn. That's dark. I don't need all that.
No, that's like a nightlight still on, man. It ain't that dark.
No, you a couple meters down.
I mean, like, the remake still is funny. Like, that's what I don't understand about how you guys don't find it funny.
No,
like with some of the lines of dialogue, it cracks me up.
It's such a depressing movie.
To her brother.
But anyways, we're not here to debate on what the best fucking Evil Dead movie is. But so Evil Dead, the original film, is great. I know it's at the bottom of my list, but like to me, any one of these films could kind of be interchangeable. It's just not the one that I go to watch the most. Do I think it's an absolute like powerhouse of a movie that these guys were able to get this off the ground and, you know, put it in theaters and make a bunch of money? Absolutely. You know, it started the career of one of my favorite film directors of all time, which is Sam Raimi. You know, just the innovative filmmaking techniques that he created just to, you know, try to get by and do something different is just an incredible it's an independent filmmaker's wet dream to be on that set, or just to have been there to see it. So you got to give it to it. And of course, it jump-started Bruce Campbell's career.
Big time.
Who I think is great. I'm actually really looking forward to his new movie that he did with his wife, which is like not at all what you expect from Bruce Campbell. But I'm super excited to check it out when it's available too. But I think it created an icon. He stayed an icon.
Okay.
That's what I got. Lots of milk in that movie, though. Like lots of spitting up milk.
Sam, anything different you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think the reason why, like, I put it fourth on my list, but it's the first of the original trilogy for me. I think why I like that one the most is because it's darker and scarier. They're trying to make it that way, at least. When it gets into all the like silly stuff in the second and Army of Darkness, like, it's just not my entertainment. And I think that's why I love 2013 so much, because it went dark, yet there's still a little bit of humor in there, but it's really dark humor, and I think I just like dark humor. Yeah, I think that's why I like the original Evil Dead the most out of the three, because it's spookier. The tone.
Yeah, I appreciate the campiness of it, because I see what Brendan and Sam are saying, but I also see what Mikey is saying as well. And I think it's that combination of the spookiness they were trying to do, but also the campiness and the way it was done that makes this movie so much fun and so enjoyable. And I prefer it as well, like I said, over some of this newer stuff. And, you know, I'm finding myself, I hate admitting this, but I'm becoming that grumpy old man that sits on his porch and talks about how things were always better back in the day. I'm becoming that person. Because
we can't have two of them, Sean.
Let it squirt in my mouth. I don't give a fuck.
You can't have two.
But it's the thing of, and I think I even said this on the My Bloody Valentine thing that we were talking about. One of the things that I appreciate from the movies from the 70s and the 80s is how everything didn't have to be so polished and pretty and shined up. Even the horror didn't have to be shined. It looked so much better. It looked so much real. I love practical effects. I just think this is better. Evil Dead 2013, Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead Burn, they're polished. And this original trilogy is not. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about it. And one of the reasons that I like this movie as much as I do now after not being a fan for so long. Yeah, so I see what Sam and Brendan are saying, but I also find myself agreeing with Mikey a little bit there as well. Yeah.
Let me jump off of that real quick, Sean, because I have a question for all you guys, because that's a great point. Movies now, horror movies are very polished, and look at what we've been getting, man. Obsession and the Evil Dead Burn and like just very high level movies. But at the same time, because I agree with everything you said, Sean, that gritty, and even not gritty going that far, but just that little bit of faded, campy look, it hits the tone so good sometimes. But horror is ruling the box office like it never has before. So the give and the take there, but which would you guys rather? Because it is kind of nice to see it mainstream, but yeah, we're absolutely missing those vibes, and it's very different now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yes, you're 100% right. Horror is ruling the box office. And for the genre, I think that's great. One of the things that I think works, though, what I'm okay with is when you mention, like, and I know, again, especially Rob's take on Obsession, but when you take movies like Obsession or Undertone or Backrooms, and I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but even Backrooms, yes, they're much more polished, but they're also a slightly different concept. I don't mind these newer movies where these young directors are coming out and bringing us something different. I don't mind that being polished. That's fine. That's the time we're in now. What I don't like is when we take these classics and we try to clean them up and make them look so pretty. I don't need Evil Dead and Black Christmas and Friday the 13th and Halloween to be pretty. So everything can be polished in the way it is now when we're getting newer stuff and more original stuff. Just don't do that to the classics. That's my take.
Fair take. Very interesting.
You want to go? Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, like I don't mind all the new movies being polished. Obviously, I feel like with newer audiences, that's gonna fill seats more. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna bring up Rob's favorite director, Rob Zombie. You're not gonna throw a Rob Zombie movie in the theater and expect it to fill seats. Like, I will admit that. And I like Rob Zombie movies because they're gritty, and I like dirty films every now and then. But I can watch a polished film and still be completely happy with it. It's still got a great story. It depends on my mood, what I want to watch, like whatever. But yeah, I think with the new horror fans, or even maybe people that aren't quite into horror but get dragged to a horror movie, they're going to want to see a more polished film.
Yeah, I think in that scenario case, that you describe is this. It's just technology has come so far. Like back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, they were making films on low budget cameras, you know what I mean? Like 16 millimeter or, 30 or whatever they were. And they made them for about the same price as what Obsession was. Like, what was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? How much was that made for? Probably around what Obsession was made for. But Obsession looks great. And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre looks like a grainy fucking, sweaty mess. I just think technology has come so far that even low budget independent movies.
Rob said he likes dirty movies too, but this is not the place to talk about that.
Let it squirt in my mouth. I don't give a fuck.
Filthy old man.
But the grainy look is something that Damien Leone tries to inject into his films with the Terrifier films, but that's not how they're shot. That's a effect probably added afterwards,
But I think you can see that too.
Oh yeah,
the third
you
one,
can see the
when we went
difference.
to the theater, it looked pretty like
grainy and blown out a little bit. Yeah, and like I appreciate the the homage, but like when I think of what low independent films are now, like I think about what's that, Popeye the Sailor Man. It's a it's a little independent movie, but and it went probably straight to streaming, but it's still, the film quality is still good because it's all shot digitally now. So I don't think you'll ever really get that true grittiness feel of
Probably
what it
not
was like.
completely, but I think some movies pull it off pretty well. X did it really well.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
did.
X did a great job of crossing that line a little bit. But it's also why my opinion has changed somewhat because, and I still struggle with it a little bit because I love some of these classic franchises like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Black Christmas movies. Used to, I was one that I'm like, yes, continue to put out more sequels. I want to see more of these characters. If it's a remake, do it. I want to see more. The more I've gotten into horror and the more I've come to appreciate the older stuff, I almost don't want that anymore. Like if we don't get another Freddy movie, if we don't get another Michael movie, I'm okay with that. If we do, I'll watch them. I mean, I'm still going to go check it out, but I'll just go back and enjoy these originals that were so good back then. If we're going to, because it's different now, it's 100% different, and I want to remember Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw, Halloween, for Evil Dead for what it was when it first came out. I don't need all the different thing, but I agree with what you're saying. Times have changed, technology's changed, equipment's better. I get it. I just miss it, and I think X did really good at giving me that. I felt like I was watching an older movie when I watched X.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
My number one is Army of Darkness. So we can talk about Army of Darkness now to finish this up. And I will let Brendan go first. Go ahead, Brendan.
Hey, you said it. It's all you do.
This movie is what changed my opinion on this franchise. When Brendan and I went through these again, I keep saying this. I was not a huge fan. I watched one. Brendan and I talked about it. I liked it better than I thought I did. Didn't really enjoy two. When I watched Army of Darkness for the first time, I had so much fun with that movie. That is the movie that made me decide that Bruce Campbell and Ash were fucking incredible. I just loved it so much. I cracked up during the movie, but I still thought the effects were fun. I saw the hint of horror. It's mostly comedy, but I saw the hint of horror, and I just had a blast with that movie. That's the movie that made me want to go back and rewatch the other two and changed my opinion on this franchise all the way around. Was Army of Darkness. It's one of the most fun movies. So I normally don't like horror comedies. I've said that multiple times. I'm not a huge fan of horror comedies. I think they either take out the horror and they're just funny, but most of the time they're really not even funny. But this one works. It's probably my favorite horror comedy of all time. It's just, I thought it was so good. I had so much fun with it. It changed my opinion of the franchise. It made me love Bruce Campbell. It made me love Ash. And that's why it's my favorite in this. Brendan, would you like to go now?
He's looking at me, smiling and nodding, like, yeah, this guy gets it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's totally correct. But I think it's your go. You're next on the rotation.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be short here. It's just not my type of movie. It's just not my type of humor. Like, he has some great lines, like "Give me some sugar, baby" and all that stuff. But like, it's just not my type of movie. Like, and I like some horror comedies, like Final Girls and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just not for me. It's not my entertainment. I'll watch it with you when you show people, but just not for me. I'm gonna leave it at that. I haven't watched it in a long time either, and I've only seen it once, so.
Brendan?
This movie is perfect. I mean, it's so much fun. It's fast paced. It's gory. The amount of effects thrown at the wall and they all work is fantastic. The designs are great. This is my favorite Ash from the entire Evil Dead genre. The cynical asshole kind of, I'm sick and tired of this world. I just want to get back and be normal. I love it was my first, like I remember watching this movie on VHS tape while my mom was at the gym, and she stuck me in the back office and I was just watching. I stole the VHS tape. I loved it so much. So yeah, man, Danny Elfman's he doesn't do the whole score, but he does do a snippet. That it's just I can already hear it playing in my head. You know, I love also Evil Ash as being one of my favorite like endgame villains. I think his design is wicked. I think Bruce Campbell is also his design is really good. Like I like his like medieval get up. I think King Arthur and Henry the Red are great little side characters as well. So Sheila is Sheila, but I think the other two are really great. And yeah, I don't know. I just fucking love this movie to death. I will buy every copy I can fucking find of it. I truly will.
You will.
Okay. Mikey, I'm surprised you had this as low as you did for some reason. I don't know why. But give us your thoughts on Army of Darkness.
No, this one's not gonna be that bad. I like Army of Darkness a lot. It's a good time. It's fun, and Bruce Campbell's amazing. And this is where the franchise got the most carried away, and I say that in a good way because this was really good. But it's hard to rate it amongst horror movies. And I this is where I think Brenda might need the seatbelt. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't think Army of Darkness is a horror movie. Like
Doesn't it kind of feel like A Knight's Tale or something? What's that medieval comedy movie?
It's weird. And it's fine. Like it has the elements, like you could point to elements of horror in there. Sure. But again, and that's fine. Like I love comedies and some of my favorite movies are comedies, but when we're doing, okay, we're going to rank the Evil Dead franchise, and also I think that Brendan has like a mind-changing machine or something for the Army of Darkness. Like whenever someone goes, I'm not really the biggest fan of Army, they talk to Brendan and they're like, oh, it's great. I forgot I liked it so much. but no, it's good. It's a lot of fun.
People's arms.
But it's weird to rank,
Okay. I mean, I get what you're saying, Mikey, except for you also say Jaws is not a horror movie, so that kind of cancels out what you just said.
No, we're not going there. There's two people on this panel right now that think alike, so we're not.
Well, at least he likes Jaws. I don't.
Oh shit! Is Rob okay? Can we get somebody to check on Rob?
He knows.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Just to dig the knife a little deeper, you know who else thinks that Jaws is not a horror movie? Rob's mom.
Yeah, I do remember her hollering and telling him that. Yeah.
Rob's mom.
Mikey also says The Shape of Water. I've never seen The Shape of Water. I guess at some point I need to watch this movie.
It's so like that. That's like in the sense that you guys are saying that Army of Darkness isn't a horror movie. Like it's so like riding that line that yeah, I don't know. It's an excellent movie, like fucking excellent. Don't get me like
Water?
Yeah.
I don't know if Sean would like it.
Shape of Water.
Do you like watching Fish Erotica?
I don't think I've ever watched Fish Erotica, actually.
Now we're talking about dirty movies.
Yeah, we're back to that again.
It is called Grinding Nemo by some of our listeners.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably have to check it out at some point. I've never seen that one. I've heard Rob talk about it multiple times.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if you like it.
Okay. I will have to check it out. All right. That gets us through it. Does anybody have anything else they want to say about any of these movies or about the franchise in general?
No, I feel like
Everybody's
that's all I
good.
need to say.
Do you know what I like about this, and especially like our lists in general and how different they are from each other, and even from the people commenting in the chats, I've noticed they've also been different. Is that even knowing we got films ranked in different places, everybody has said basically that each movie is good. Like there's not truly necessarily a bad one within this franchise. So yeah, and what I also like too is that there's just so many different flavors to this franchise, and
Sure.
that's something unique. And everybody can kind of go through and be like, "This is my favorite because it's the darker movie," or "This is my favorite because it's the fun one," or So I like how it's just got a lot of different flavor to it, and I like how everybody's flavor tastes are different. So we all got different lists.
I do feel like every movie truly is different.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like you saying, I don't know why I don't like the word flavor, but the way you're saying it, feels dirty. But they do have different flavors, so I do get it. I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Brendan, a special thanks to you for going through this whole franchise with me. Because if it hadn't have been for knowing how much you liked this, I probably wouldn't have, and so I would have been wrong about this franchise all the time. So I appreciate you encouraging me to check these out and watch these and come to appreciate this franchise for what it is. All right, before we wrap up, before we get out of here, Mikey, we did mention it to you. I'll let you go ahead and talk about the episode that's dropping on Thursday. But anything else you want to share, promote Slasher Radio, any of that before we wrap this up?
No. We really don't got anything going on right now, dude. The more I think about it, we had some stuff lined up that didn't work out. And we do have some other stuff, like I said earlier, that we're cooking on. But just really the weekly show on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. YouTube channel, you can check that out. We're on TikTok. I don't like TikTok.
Okay.
Same.
Just like a thing of it. It drives me crazy. Not gonna lie. But we're on it. So if you're on it, please go follow and Instagram, all those good things. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us. We talk horror movies every week.
Okay. Yes, definitely. If you don't, go check out Slasher Radio and become a Patreon. That way you get the after hour show. Those are also always a blast to listen to most of the time. There was one that was like, I don't know, an hour long of artwork or something that I managed to get through, but I was like, my God. So yeah, sorry about that one, Mikey. That was not your best. But overall, those after hour shows are also very entertaining. And you get, the icon, the MILF Hunter, Rob Humphrey. When you listen to Slasher Radio, you get the goddess herself, Cass, and you get the hand, Mikey Bones. So go check out Slasher Radio and listen to the podcast. It's a lot of fun. Brendan, Sam, what's going on over at Our Life in Horror?
Well, I just wanted to first off say thank you so much for inviting us on to do this. This was so much fun, and of course, thank you for bringing it on for my favorite franchise. I'm already ready to do round 2 and see if our opinions have changed in these movies, but maybe we'll wait a little bit. But let's see, what are we doing? We're doing lives sporadically whenever the mood hits us,
Yeah, usually 10 minutes in advance we'll throw.
Yeah, nothing seems to be totally planned out. I do have something that I want to put in the pipe, but as Mikey would say, but
be careful. Mikey puts odd things in the pipe. Yeah.
No, this is true.
Props and shit. Yeah.
This is slander. This is slander. This is what Eagles gonna get a hold of this.
So yeah, we do. I do want to try to plan something in the next coming weeks to try to do a official, not an official return back, but there's been a movie I've just been craving to watch for some reason. I don't know why, and I want to talk about it. So there will be something coming up soon that will be a scheduled one, so people will actually get a heads up.
Yeah, it's hard to do the schedules right now because there's just so many things going on, and I'm tired. Like I want to do more games nights and stuff with spooky season coming up, but I just don't have the energy to put those together right now. I want to do a bracket battle soon, so if anyone's got a good topic for a bracket battle, because my brain's not working, I can't think of a fucking topic, but I'd like to do a bracket battle soon.
Okay.
Nice.
Those things are a pain in the ass to come up with a topic for. I feel you, Sam.
They usually aren't. My brain's I got pregnancy brain right now. I got no good ideas. I'm usually very creative with our games nights, and I got nothing up here. There's zero.
It's all right. Yes, definitely go check out Our Life in Horror. Subscribe as well. They may not have had a lot coming out lately, but when they do, it's always fantastic. And I've said this multiple times. If it wasn't for Our Life in Horror, there wouldn't be a Sean's Horror Corner. It was Brendan and Sam that motivated me to even give this a shot and start doing this. So they're always going to be welcome here, and I'm always going to back them and support anything they do. So definitely go check out Our Life in Horror. Let me see what I've got coming. Tomorrow, I have an episode dropping on the Texas Chainsaw remake from 2003. Isaiah from The Bitter Wolf is on with me. We talked about that. That episode will be out tomorrow. Later this week, Matt from Getting Offed will be on with me. We'll be talking about Wrong Turn 3 And then 1 week from tonight, another live stream. I will be on live with Rob and Kaylee from That Horror Couple, as well as Cece from Cece's Horror. And we are going to be talking Deep Blue Sea, which I know we all just recently talked about on Slasher Radio. But yes, me, Robbie, Kaylee, and Cece will be talking Deep Blue Sea live 6 p.m. Central Standard Time next Tuesday. So,
Sean, are you going to tell everybody that it's a more entertaining shark movie than Jaws?
No, that kind of bullshit.
You're going to keep that between us? Okay. All right.
We're going to let you keep that. I totally disagree. It's a fun movie. It's not Jaws. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week as well. So be sure and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Follow me on social media. I'm on everything out there: Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, X, Letterbox. That it will be fun. And yes, we probably will talk about how annoying the bird is, Rob, because I agree with you on that as well. I'm glad the bird got eaten. But well, that will wrap this up. Brendan Sound, thank you so much again. Mr. Hand, thank you as well for coming on. It was nice having you here, sir.
I was just going to say this was a pleasure.
It was,
No, it wasn't. No, that didn't feel very pleasurable.
That's your fault. Stop using it, and that won't bother you anymore.
Thank
you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the chat. Again, subscribe, like, comment, share, hype. You do all those things, and I will see you soon.